I'm shaking right now because I'm so cold. Maybe I'm just nervous. I'm around Marty. Logan here at the HouseHack Seattle Investor Happy Hour with Marty. Marty just finished a presentation for all of us. It was a huge crowd. Marty, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Marty. I'm part of the team here, the agents at HouseHack Seattle. And we just did a session on goal setting and 2026 planning.
And right now, we want to talk about one of the deals, actually one of your most recent deals that you completed. Tell us a tiny bit about this deal and why you were excited to submit that offer on it.
Yeah, so this was my third house hack. I was super excited because this home had a couple possibilities. It was a duplex with an unfinished basement.
Ooh.
And I had done a small remodel before, but never a huge remodel like that. Remodeling 2 units and a basement. And I loved the neighborhood, I loved the area. And I got a really good deal on it. And I was just super excited to be there, honestly.
I think, Marty, I remember you saying one very important thing you were excited about is that you had always wanted to live by the beach and be able to go to the Golden Gardens.
Yes, that is 100% true. I actually took a screenshot of the beach and of the mountains, and I put it on my phone background. So as I was doing the remodel and I was getting stressed on it, I kept looking at my phone to why am I doing it? So
incredible. All right,
yeah.
you were excited. I mean, because of the beach, we'd all be excited for that.
Yep.
What about the rental projections? Or was this a normal rental?
Yeah, so the rental projections for me, I looked into Rentometer, I kind of analyzed the market a bit, and I was hoping to get about 3,200 for the top 2-bed, 1-bath.
Okay.
For my unit, I mean, I was living in that unit, but I was still running it like a regular investment.
Sure.
So I figured I could probably get about $3,000 for it.
Okay. Were you looking at the basement at all as a future opportunity or immediate opportunity?
Yeah, I was looking at it as kind of future opportunity, but as I got into it, I actually started making it a more immediate opportunity.
At what point did it turn from that, this thing has potential to touch that, to, nah, you know what, I'm gonna do this right now?
For me, it was actually the trust in my contractors that changed it. So I had never, as I said, done a big remodel like that. But once I got going, once I understood the cost behind a remodel, once I had trust in the contractors, I decided, hey, we did unit 1, right? Then we moved to unit 2, and we did very well. We stayed on budget. Why not do unit 3?
The first component of your team, the contractors, you built that trust over the first 2 units that you made.
Yep.
I think there's a difference in something that is already livable space to something that's an unfinished basement. So
yep.
What other team members did you have to bring on to even consider converting this bare concrete and posts?
Well, Rachel from our team really was amazing, and we started on the first unit. I'm somebody with pretty high standards, and so me and her had a lot of conversation, but she was great. She was very flexible, and she did an amazing job on the first unit. The second one, which is the one I was living in because I was house hacking it, my standards were even higher, but once again, she delivered. And then the basement, as Logan said, it was like you really needed a vision and you needed someone to implement that vision, and she delivered.
It sounded like the materials and labor for the basement, things just added up. What did you expect it would cost, and how much did it end up costing?
Yeah, so on my on the remodel for unit 1 and unit 2, I expected it to be around $45K each, which is actually pretty low, and it ended up coming in at around $100K.
All right, $100K for 2 units. How about the basement unit?
Yeah, the basement unit, the expectation there was around 110, 120K.
Okay.
And it actually came out to quite a bit less.
All right, so it sounds like this remodel was less than that 110 that you budgeted, which to me would be a huge surprise when just looking at everything that needed to be done in there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a really important point is that the team matters, right? Your contractor resources matter. So as you get a new place, what I would always recommend, walk it with at least 5 different contractors, get quotes. Don't pick the cheapest one, don't pick the most expensive one necessarily, but see the ones that you trust, that you get a good feeling in, they give you a very detailed quote. And then you can see, right, over time, maybe they're able to kind of give you better deals.
All right, let's shift to talking about the unexpected things, whether terrible
Or great.
Well, I crashed to the ceiling. My contractors, it was just like much more work for us.
So that's why the upper 2 units took more money than what you expected. Okay.
In general, you know, I was honestly just surprised by, as I mentioned, little stuff that came up, right? You budget for paint and you budget for some drywall, but then you don't have enough drywall, you don't have enough insulation, you don't have enough wiring, right? All these things that you just, they keep adding to your cost. So for me, that was a big learning curve. Yeah, I would say the other unexpected thing was the amount of time that it actually took. So I thought that, you know, we talking to contractors, and this is probably a good point, is probably add 3 to 6 months of the timeline that they may give you, because it took quite a bit longer than we had anticipated. So for me, that was completely unexpected. I was trying to house hack it, move into it, right? So I had to wait longer, pay 2 mortgages because I couldn't rent out my other place. And obviously I needed to get that first unit done so I can rent it out.
Big lesson, holding costs. When we have to be conservative in our underwriting, not only for the amount that it's gonna cost, but also the holding costs, the interest we're paying on the loan, just to have the opportunity to work on the property.
Yes.
Tell me how the actual numbers match what you projected on the rental side.
I was thinking, you know, 3,200. It ended up being about 2,850. Once I got the basement done, that added about another 2 grand. And so I'm living there, and I went low down payment. So my mortgage was quite high, but I'm covered about 75% of my mortgage, and I'm roughly $2,000 out of pocket.
And because you did that low down payment loan, you're able to avoid needing a hard money loan or a partner to do the rehab because you saved that extra money from the down payment and put that into it. That's great.
Exactly, yeah. And one of the great things too was, you know, work with your contractors, make sure you do it in payment schedules, right? So I started with 25%, once we got the first done, then 50%. So it gave me a little bit of lead time also to accumulate some of that money to then pay them.
All right, Marty, thank you so much for sharing.